You think you're training to failure, but you're not. You're just quitting when it starts to hurt. And that means you are leaving 90% of your muscle growth on the table. But the fix is actually simple. You're stuck in the junk volume zone. You do 3 sets of 10, your muscles burn, you rack the weight, and you wonder why your physique hasn't changed in 6 months. Biomechanically, muscle only grows when forced to adapt to mechanical tension. Today, I'm giving you the 4 steps to unlock true failure. Master these, and you'll force your body to grow. I call this the true failure threshold. It's the invisible line between just getting tired and actually triggering hypertrophy. Most guys never cross it. They hit the pain barrier, their brain panics, and they drop the weights. But the magic only happens on the other side of that line. We are going to break down the 4 hidden mistakes keeping you trapped on the wrong side. And mistake number 4 is the one that ruins everything. Let's start with mistake number 1, the lactic lie. What most guys do is stop a set the second their muscle starts burning. You feel that deep fire in your biceps or quads, and your brain screams at you to stop. But that burn is just lactic acid building up. It's a chemical reaction, not a mechanical limit. Quitting here costs you because lactic acid doesn't build muscle. Mechanical tension does. Your muscle fibers are like thick rubber bands. They only snap into growth mode when they are stretched and loaded to their absolute physical limit. The fix: you need to separate pain from failure. When the burn starts, tell yourself the set is just beginning. Push through the fire until the muscle physically cannot move the weight, no matter how hard you try. That's true failure. The payoff is immediate. You tap into the high threshold motor units that actually increase your muscle size. But pushing through the burn is useless if you commit this next mistake. Mistake number 2 is the momentum trap. When the weight gets heavy and the reps get hard, most guys start throwing their whole body into the movement. You've seen it. The guy doing barbell curls who suddenly turns into a pendulum, swinging his hips to get the bar up. What does this cost you? Because you were stealing tension away from the target muscle and giving it to your joints and lower back. Your bicep is basically taking a nap while your momentum does the work. You are leaking force like a wet noodle. The fix is strict isolation. When you hit that sticking point, the hardest part of the rep: freeze your torso, dig your heels in, brace your core, and force the target muscle to do the heavy lifting. If you can't move the bar without swinging, the set is over. The payoff here is massive. Every single ounce of effort goes directly into the muscle you are trying to build. Now this brings us to the 3rd mistake, and this one is completely invisible if you don't know what to look for. Mistake number 3 is the speed paradox. Look at the average guy in the gym. His first rep takes 1 second. His last rep takes 1 second. He racks the weight looking satisfied. But if your last rep moves at the exact same speed as your first rep, you were nowhere near true failure. You just stopped at an arbitrary number. This cost you because it means you left 3, 4, or even 5 reps in the tank. Those are the effective reps, the only ones that actually trigger growth. The fix is simple. Watch your bar speed. As you get closer to true failure, your concentric movement, the lifting phase, will involuntarily slow down. You will be pushing with 100% of your effort, but the bar will barely be crawling upward. That involuntary slowdown is the ultimate, undeniable proof that you are hitting the true failure threshold. The payoff? You stop guessing. You finally have a visual cue that guarantees you are training hard enough to grow. But even if you master your bar speed and push past the burn, mistake number 4 will completely sabotage your entire workout. This is the big one I teased at the start. Mistake number 4 is the structural collapse. As you approach the final brutal reps of a heavy set, your brain immediately goes into survival mode. What most guys do here is lose all their structural integrity. Their shoulders round forward, their chest caves in, and their grip completely loosens. They just want to survive the rep and get it over with. This costs you dearly because the moment your posture breaks, your nervous system hits the emergency brakes. It senses the instability and shuts down power production to prevent a severe joint injury. You reach technical failure long before you ever reach true, raw muscular failure. The fix is to lock in your foundation like concrete. Before you even start that first rep, set your shoulders down and back. Brace your core and grip the bar like you were trying to physically crush it into dust. Keep that extreme tension locked in, especially when the pain peaks. The payoff is a rock-solid base that allows your central nervous system to fire on all cylinders, driving the muscle to true deep exhaustion without any risk of injury. So you've fixed your form, mastered bar speed, and stopped cheating. You're finally hitting true failure. But wait, there is one more thing, and it matters more than everything else combined. You cannot train to true failure on every single set of your workout. If you do, you will fry your central nervous system in a week. Your cortisol will spike, your testosterone will crash, and your gains will completely stall out. You need a strategy. Here is exactly how to structure your sets for maximum growth. Get your phone ready and screenshot this cheat sheet. First, warm up thoroughly with lightweight. Second, do 2 working sets where you stop exactly 1 rep short of failure. Third, on your final set for that exercise, cross the true failure threshold. Push through the lactic burn. Keep your form brutally strict. Watch for that involuntary bar speed slow down. And maintain an unbreakable physical structure until the weight literally stops moving. That one final all-out set is what forces the adaptation.
This can't be happening.
That is where you earn your real physique changes. To guarantee you don't mess this up, stop doing these 3 things immediately. Rule 1. Stop counting reps. Your muscles cannot read a spreadsheet. If your program says 10 reps, but you can do 12, do 12. Rule 2. Stop blaming your genetics. 9 times out of 10, your DNA is perfectly fine. You just lack the intensity required to grow. Rule 3. Stop maxing out on complex barbell lifts like squats and deadlifts to failure. The injury risk is too high. Save true muscular failure for machines, dumbbells, and cables where it is perfectly safe to fail safely. But hitting failure is only half the equation. Because if you don't do this next crucial step, all that hard work literally vanishes. Once pushing to true failure feels normal, do this next to level up. It is called progressive overload tracking. Since you are now taking that final set to absolute failure, write down exactly how much weight you used and how many reps you got. Next week, your only job is to beat that specific number by just 1 single rep, or by adding 2.5 pounds to the bar. That is guaranteed forced progression. If you are ready to stop leaving gains on the table, drop the word failure in the comments right now. And speaking of leaving gains on the table, your protein timing is probably killing your recovery. Click the video on your screen to fix your diet instantly. See you there.